because that's how we talked about how times changed and how time is changing and how to keep up with the new technologies. And I love AI and all that it has to offer. I love the way they're making robots. I am very interested in that. And one day, I hope to own a few. I often tell my husband, after you, I think I'm getting a robot, someone who can really help me around. And I won't have to worry about fussing or anything. I could just program it and they'll follow instructions. I don't know if that'll make life better, but it may make things cleaner and clearer. But I have a lot of grandchildren, and I guess I didn't got too old because I'm thinking maybe some of them will comment. But I have my niece; she's a ride or die. She's always commenting, and she's working right now. She loves to see what I have to do. And I have my youngest, one of my youngest. She says, "Grandma, could you teach me those things that you do? Because I just can't believe it." And I said, "As soon as she gets a little bit older, I will be teaching her my talents." And she's the only one, and I got over probably 50, and that's including grandchildren, great grands, and great great grand. Now, I just had a great great grandson born last week, and I'm very happy about it. I hope and plan to meet him one day, and I hope and plan to have a house where all my grandchildren can visit me at the same time. That is what I would truly love to get to enjoy, just to know them, each one of them by name, and have a relationship with them. That would make me happy. So I'm just getting some things off my chest today. And I guess a lot of people have seen me in the past and know I used to have jewelry, a lot of jewelry. And I took it off because the older I get, the more I would suffer with allergies. And so the more I took off, the less allergies effects I went through. So now I just wear it when I really want to, and otherwise I keep it off. I have the 3 nose piercing, the chin piercing, and I did it myself. And I have 7 holes in each of my ears and uh, chains and stuff. I have real gold chains around my neck, and um, I like the way it look. I like art. I love fashion. I also look at a lot of the fashion shows as well, and dance from all, I can say, races, all religions, all beliefs, all ethnicities, and whatever you want to be, him, I, her, whatever. I, I watch your videos too because you're talented. I love to see you dance. I love to see what you have to say. And I wish I could have that many participants back. I've tried so many times in doing things. I've even had my own dance class. I did my album too. I did the best that I could do. And I think that's important in life when you be the best that you can be. Because sometimes you can't do what others do. I used to think when I was younger and I used to work in the disco, there was some talented ladies in there and they had skills. And that's when I made up my mind. I wasn't going to compete. I was just going to be me. Take it or leave it. No, I don't do this. No, I don't do that. I also tried pole dancing. I came out and danced one time on Sunset in Hollywood. And the lady called me back. She said, "Miss, I don't know who you are or what, but she said, my phone has been going off the hook. Would you please come back out and dance tonight?" And I said, "No, I just wanted to try it. My son and his friends goes in and out of clubs, and I don't want to be caught on a pole. And I have adult children." But it was funny to me, but I really enjoyed myself. And I think that's the best thing in life to learn to do is to enjoy you. Enjoy the things you do. I had a friend that was 117, and he lived in Oakland when I worked at a senior hotel. And he was one of my bestest friends. Come and talk to me every day. And I used to say, "How did you live so long?" And he spoke 3 different languages, and he could still see without his glasses. And he said, "I learned to please my stomach. I don't drink and I don't smoke." He didn't have any senior high blood pressure or sugar diabetes and none of that stuff going on. But he said, "I eat what I want to eat that makes me happy." And I outlived 4 of my wives and all of my children, birth children, except 2. And then he had loads of grandchildren, great grandchildren, and great grandchildren that used to come and visit him. And he said, I pleased myself. And he still went shopping by himself. But the neighbors were kind of scared that him living independently, that something may happen. But I didn't have fear at all. I just knew he was very coherent, and I enjoyed his company. But he later went to stay with his daughter, and now he's passed through the years. He's gone. But he taught me, please yourself. That's the greatest thing you can do, is be happy. And when you learn to be happy, you won't suffer with stressful things. Things won't bother you as much as you think they would, and they won't tick you off. Because a lot of things in my life has ticked me off terribly. But I thought about the consequences. I said, now if I handle it this way, this would happen like that. And I don't want to be in that type of a jeopardy. I don't want to be locked up. I don't want to be in a relationship where it's abusive and I can't do the things I want to do and I can't be happy. I want to be happy. I wanted to be in love, but I've been married 4 times. And I learned by being married 4 times, I don't want to be like the woman in the well that had all those husbands. And the Spirit told her still, the one she had now wasn't her own. And they probably would whisper that to me too. But me, I let him be him and I let me be me. And I stay on my side. I do the things that make me happy. I love my massage bed. At nighttime, I take the remote and I turn it on. And believe you me, I have no problem going to sleep. He has his own massage bed. I believe in sleeping by yourself because good night rest, you have less aches and pains. You'll know when to get back in the bed together. But when you sleep separately, you get to stretch out, you get to flip over. And then when you want, you can flip over in the next bed, or you could just stay in your bed all night. But I love a good night's sleep too. I think that's important. I have less aches and pains. I don't need to be crushed up like a baby doll all night long or held like a teddy bear. And the husband I got now, my bestie friend and partner, he loves to hug me all night like a teddy bear or a doll. And I said, I don't know how a lot of these women are complaining in life. They have horrible problems holding men. I used to have that problem when I was younger. I had a, a partner that loved multiple women, and I call that having a big appetite. And when I noticed that his appetite was too busy for one person, me, I left the crew because I'm not polygamous. I'm monogamous. I like one on one. And I like surprises, but I like it one on one surprises. And I think it's important to find out what you like. And how you find out what you like, you try. If you get into a corner where you don't want to try something, don't try it. Say no, thank you. No, thank you. Don't hurt another person because they made a pass at you. And you know, well, that person may be too sadistic for me, or I'm not into that. Try to find out what they're into. Like when you're new and you're just dating and that's a little bit too aggressive for me, or that's not aggressive. I like this or that. And that person doesn't give me that. Don't try to fit. Don't try to fit. Relax and let it go. It's somebody else coming along the way. And if you decide you want to stay and they aggressive, learn how to be aggressive back. But don't be aggressive where it's painful. Know when to stop. Know where to stop. And what can I say? I try to teach my grandkids and my kids that as well. I say kids, but I like to say children. Another thing, I am trying my best to generate my books and my music, my art and projects so I can help and, well, not help, but still submit in funds to the hospitals, the cancer hospitals for children, St. Jude's, um, the Children Cancer Center. I believe that if we keep donating to them, they will find cures. Right now, they found a lot, and they have a lot of things going on, a lot of new medications. Not only that, the veterans, they still need support too. And I asked God, I said, God, if you bless me, I will bless others. When I worked, they're not finished saying Marion did donate. But now I'm retired and trying to find passive income. Oh my God. And it's so much on the internet. I mean, you can go from this channel to that. Everybody's teaching something. And sometimes it gets confusing. And you gotta rest a little bit. Put it aside. Go drink some cachava or some kombucha tea or aloe vera juice or something. Try to do something that you normally don't do. Go outside and take some fresh air, some breaths, or talk to somebody. Then come back and listen again and study. It's important. I went back and graduated at 58. Child development. Came back as assistant teacher. And the reason why I got assistant teacher is because the mathematics in teaching was severely hard for me. I tried tutors. I tried listening to recordings and going on websites. But when we got to that level that I needed to be, it's something that just didn't register for me. So I settled for assistant teacher, associate teacher. Went back and got associate teacher. And I tried that math again. And then I just said, well, maybe my brain has just got old. But I know how to count to get where I need to be. So I went back and I continued teaching. And I taught the subjects that I was comfortable at. I have been put on one-on-one, and I think they did it purposely, with young boys, I'd say 12th graders, 11th graders, 8th graders, that were in math. I've worked with mathical geniuses, and they sit there and they went over and over with me. Although that wasn't their job or my job was to check their homework or walk with them to their class. They may need an escort through it a day or one-on-one because of other activities that were going on with them. But I enjoyed them trying to help me, but it still didn't work. And it was fun though. I did learn a little bit more than I used to know, but it didn't get me across that test that I needed to take. But anyway, be comfortable with what you do yourself. And I don't see anybody coming on, and it's like 19:50, 19 minutes and 52 seconds now. But I'm enjoying it because I know somebody will see this. I will leave it on, and I know it's recording live, but I hope I can leave it on. And if you have a lonely day and you need somebody to talk to, you can always like send me a message or just do a video like this here and direct it at me. I will get to see it. But and learn to enjoy your life. And I still watch the dancers. I even get up and try doing dance movements like Tommy the Clown dancers or with the ball dancers with the, I'm not going to say gay men, but I love to see them. They can dance. And falling down on my knees like that, I'd be needing knee replacement surgery. But they got it going. I just love to see it because it's art. It's art. That's what it is. All dancing is a form of art. If you go back in our history, that's what you'll see. And it's done positive. Uh, all that shaking your butt and stuff and all that stuff is done positive. Oh, and I wanted to address something else, the Brazilian butt lifts, the BBL. I've always had a big butt. All my life, I had a big butt. I used to be teased for it. But I think that you have to be careful with what you put inside your body. Be careful. Now, when I was earlier, I did invest in breast implants. I worked at UCLA and I got an employee discount. One year, I just said, I'm not going to take no days off. I'm not going to take my birthdays off. I'm just going to wait to my vacation time and I'm going to have some breast implants. Because I had my first child at age 15. I was pregnant at 14. And I used to think, is there people like me? Because me, I just at a young age, I wanted to have a baby. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have a family. Matter of fact, I only wanted one husband with a bunch of kids, but it didn't work out like that. But I ended up having a baby at 15. And then I had another one at 17, another one at 21. And then my last I had at 24. And I took a good look at my body and I said, oh my God, I still got this tiny waist, but my breast is like hanging. Oh, I get I didn't like that look at all. So I saved up my money and I did the employee discount and I went in and had my breast implants. Boy, did they look wonderful. When I went back to work, I sported it. Oh, I wore t-shirts because I worked in communications and I didn't work behind the scene. So I didn't work with the public. So I didn't have a dress code. Here I am walking around like 35 years old. I'm up, showing off all over the place. And boy, they had me delivering mail privately to offices. I just went to the mail room. Then they took me to telecommunication, and they was proud of me too. So I was walking around, all sticking out everywhere, just spoting and showing off. And then I went to where they have all the pictures taken, Walmart, and they had a lot of pictures. And the guy said, "Let me take your pictures," and he gave me like 50 something pictures. And I came back, was giving my employees pictures, like really happy. I found pictures of me in the lunchroom on the floor, pictures of me on the table on the floor. I said, "Oh, I'm overdoing it." I slowed down on that note. I stopped all that showing off because I got along with all my employees, all my coworkers, I mean. And we really had a good time, and we had good times during holidays and stuff like that. And I really, really loved them. But I think I got on their nerves with that when I came back. So, like after 4.5 years, and I took a breast exam, and after my breast exam, my mammogram, whatever the yearly thing they give you, one was up and one was down. So I immediately got scared, and they explained to me during how the machine separates your breast. They pulled it so it separate my breast from the implant, and the machine went down too tight, and one of them busted. So they offered me to get to repair it, and this wasn't at UCLA. This was at USC at the time. And I said no, because I wanted a good night's sleep. People don't always tell you that when you have prosthetics on your body, sometimes it's difficult to sleep. And with me having like 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds sitting on my chest and pillows propped up under my arm all the time, I wanted to sleep. I wanted to move these things off my chest and just say, and have a good night's sleep. And I had to walk around with one up and one down for 6 months to get scheduled in for another surgery. And I chose not to have them replaced until 11 years later because I had insurance. And I still have insurance on them. But at 73, me carrying around my own weight is enough. And I think they're doing some wonderful jobs, and I love the latest technology and the shapes of things. But I'm cool with them hanging, man. I'm done. I don't have to compete in life with nothing or anyone. I got somebody, and like I said, this is number 4 husband. I was always the girl they wanted to marry. I guess a lot of guys will probably say, I know why. She did what they did. Yeah, she cooperated, or she's someplace where they felt comfortable with me. A lot of things, like I said, I don't do. I figure I never wanted to be. I'm just not a anus person. That's because I'm not. But if that's what you want to be, then you knock yourself out. But I like that one-on-one male stuff. I love that. But anyway, I have enjoyed my days. I have enjoyed my young days. I learned to work in discos for fun and activities, and I got to know a lot of people, and they got to know me. And I ended up with still the same name, Mommy. Mommy. I did phone sex too, called myself Cherry, and they had a fit when I left. But I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed talking at that time, talking to the different people that called me. And like I said, try it. You can have an executive job in the daytime and find you some pleasure in the evening for passive income. There's nothing wrong with it. It's healthy as long as you're not out there hurting anybody. And as long as you don't have that gene that you want to kill somebody or strangle somebody or, hey, I just want to hurt somebody. Because if you do, then you need help. And they have places that can help you. And you can avoid all those type of activities and won't spend your life behind bars or kill somebody and then regret it later. But I think I'm going to end this like in 30 minutes. I enjoyed talking to the world. I know you out there. And if this is left on my channel, somebody will see it. And it will be helpful and meaningful to some people. You may not have to say anything with someone, but leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. I'm not out here to make anybody do anything what they wanted to. But I don't want to shut up. I don't want to sit there and be quiet when I could say something that may can help another person. That's important. I see we can reach out for other people when there is a catastrophe, a natural disaster hit the world, something happens that's horrible. But this world don't know how hard I struggled after some of the surgeries I had. I found out in 2013 that I needed spinal surgery because I was working like 3 jobs. And every time I bend or stoop, something would hurt the middle of my back, the lower back. Like, oh my God, the pain was excruciating. And I found out it was bone pinching bone. So they decided that I needed the L4 and L5 fused. And I wasn't working there because it got that painful. I'd stop. And the doctor said, Marion, you're going to need 4 screws of titanium and a plate. And Medi-Cal, your benefits only approve 3 screws. 3 screws. So they went, my doctor reached over their head and ended up getting the whole set that I needed. That was the painfulest surgery I ever had. Very, very excruciating, painful. And I couldn't walk or anything for the first 5 days. I had to stay still because I would pull myself apart. And they didn't want that to happen. Although it was a Caucasian lady in the bed next to me, she had the same surgery. She got up and fixed her bed and went home. And I asked my doctor, how could she do that? And I'm sitting up here on heroin and morphine and stuff like that. He said, because it's the different genes. Now, when she was a child, she might have ate better food than I did. And her genes are, you see, stronger than mine. But anyway, when I healed, I was all right. I was in a wheelchair for like 6 months, and I kept telling myself, nah, you can get up, get out of this. This is not you. And I kept putting that stuff like that in my head to grow stronger. I kept meditating for strength. And the next thing I know, I was walking. Now, I may not ever be able to skate again or feel comfortable riding a bike because I can't do that fall, but I can dance again. I may not can't move, I can't twerk, some things I can't do, but it's okay. I can step. I can do some other cute little movements that I feel comfortable with. And me and my partner would be looking happy on the dance floor. But it put me in a good mood just to chat to the world, because I don't see anybody that looked in to say, "Hi, Marion, how you feel? How you doing, girl? You up today? You woke up today. Let's thank God. Let's praise God. I woke up today." It was a lot of days. I felt like, oh my God, God, I'm not going to make it through the day. And I did. I did. And I'm happy about that. And I talk about, I lost my daughter like 3 years ago now. Her birthday is coming up. She had some complications, and she went way over her weight, and she broke her ankles a couple times. But she was a winner till she couldn't take anymore. And what really hurt me was her last words she said to me was, "Mama, Mama, I'm tired. I'm tired." And she had children, but they were adults except one. And she also had custody of her grandchild. But when she told me, "Mom, I'm tired," and I didn't want to listen, I said, "No, you're not." And she never hollered at me before in her life. And she yelled it out. "I'm tired. Tired, Mama. I'm tired." She started refusing to take her medications. She shut down. And I said, "Oh, Lord, this is going to hurt me, because this is my timid kid. She's timid. She was no problem her whole life." And she had made it to age 50, and she told me, "Not taking anything anymore. Not going to do it." And she didn't, and she passed. And then right after she passed, one of my favorite nieces was found dead in the park. I got both of these videos. Well, I got Phaedra's video on my channel. We don't know how and why and what happened. My whole family, we don't know what happened. She was just found on a tarp in the park, and I put it on my a video down below. And that devastated me. Like, oh God, what happened? She wasn't strangled. She wasn't shot. She wasn't stabbed. They don't know what, but the bones. She was actually bones up on the tarp. That hurted me really bad. So just losing my daughter and then turning around losing Phaedra right after that. Although I have lost other loved ones in my life, but I mean, like, that was just painful. Really, really, really painful. But I'm over it. I'm over it. I still get wet eyes, but I'm actually over it. I used to wake up with my sockets soaking wet, but it's gotten better through the years, and I'm actually over 30 minutes now, and I'm still was hoping and praying somebody say, "Hello, Marion, how are you?" So I can say, "Hi, how are you back? Glad to see you. You wasn't busy now." But I know a lot of people are busy doing their channels, getting their uh, thing together, and enjoying the things that they do. And I think I have talked enough. I love people as I love myself. And what can I say? Life is something else. Enjoy it. Enjoy every moment of it. I get up and I open my patio and I hear the sounds of the birds. There's an owl in this tree too that makes noise. And they sound so beautiful to my ears. I don't have a dog. I used to have a dog a long time ago. And I don't care for dogs in apartments for myself, because like I said, I'd rather have me a house. I used to have a house, but I lost it due to stupidity. Um, when I worked for the state, we had a Christmas package that came through, and this was for me, that they had a, a program open for people who wanted to be first time home buyers. And I said, okay, I'd love to be that. And it was zero down, zero closing. So I didn't know anything about it at the time. And I met this real estate guy, Mr. Okoya. He said, I'll pick you up and take you around looking for some houses. I said, okay. So he said that this weekend they have an open, what is that, closing sale? Um, a quick sale going on in Lancaster. He said, you may want to come out there. I'll pick you up. I said, okay, I'll be ready. He picked me up. We came to Lancaster, 6th Street East and H11. A lot of people was there. Beautiful home, 4 bedroom, 2 baths. And I went in there, looked around there, and I said, zero down, zero closing. I said, in the name of Jesus, Lord God, can I have this house? I don't know what made me say it out loud. But the lady said, let's shut it down. She got it. I want her to have it. Come to find out, there was a quick sale. Her husband had cheated on her. So they had to pay child support. He lost in paternity court. And she wanted a quick sale and she wanted a divorce. That was one of the houses. She wanted $88,000 for the house. Beautiful home, 88,000. And they it went through so fast till I was like shocked. Everything went through, and I was like 6 months. Oh, my phone is ringing. My girlfriend Bonnie. I'm gonna call her back. But anyway, it was like six months. I didn't have to pay anything because how she did it, she knocked off $8,000 or something. So it went into towards the house and everything had to be done. But anyway, to make a long story short, this guy in the neighborhood, he said, you got a good deal on this house, and she let you have it because the value of the house is $350,000. I said, what? Yeah. He said, I could show you how to refinance. I said, what? He said, I'll show you. This guy took me in through refinance for the first time. And it went through, I had like $25,000 right quick in my pocket. And I said to myself, okay, 350,000. I'll go get another 50,000. I kept dibbling till I had 4 loans out. And then I got mad at myself. I went and had breast implants done again. I didn't like them like I did the first ones because these were bigger. So I really couldn't sleep. Then I took like 17 kids on a shopping spree. Then I went all over the place, New York and back shopping. I just did things that made me happy. Have you ever took 17 kids in a Swift store, tennis shoe store, and they all want Michael Jordans? I didn't even have Michael Jordans for myself, but I could have got them. But anyway, I had fun taking them shopping. I took my grandkids and their best friends. But anyway, I ended up losing my house because the mortgage had got so high till I couldn't afford it. It started off $757 a month. That $757 grew up to like $17,000 a month. Then it went higher, and I couldn't even afford it. I fell on my face trying to work 3 jobs. I fell on my face. I got sick. It was very heartbreaking. And the guy, when it finally foreclosed, he came over and he said, we got to give you cash for keys. He said, this is the cleanest house that ever foreclosed in this area. I didn't trash it or nothing like that. It was so clean. I was kissing the walls that I was hoping to get it, but I didn't get it back and I didn't catch up. And I found out really who my friends were. But that was years ago. That was 2008, September of 2008. And right now I have the opportunity to do that. I ask God to forgive me because I like a holistic house now. I'd like to live in a holistic house with fruit trees, vegetables, a garden, jacuzzi tub in the backyard, a walk-in tub in my bathrooms. Yeah, and the reason why I say that about the tubs because remember I had spinal surgery, and I used to go to hot tubs all the time in Berkeley, but I could not. No, I could no longer go into a sauna. Not with these screws in my back. Oh my God, it didn't work for me. I was overheated, but the hot tub felt wonderful. I put in some salt water, some Epsom salts and different types of salts. oh my God, it feels good to me. And I'll keep working until I get what my dream, because it's my dream. And I think if you have a dream, you have the opportunity to work until it comes to life and learn to enjoy it. And some of you may have saw me in commercials. I did like 3 commercials. The alarm alert commercial. I did another commercial, kidney dialysis commercial, and I did a hip hop commercial. Uh, but anyway, I really enjoyed my life. And this is not a commercial, and this is reality. And like I said, that's my girlfriend, Bonnie. I've been knowing her since she was in like 3rd grade. And we married 2 brothers in the neighborhood. I met her like in 64. That's a long time to know somebody. And I married one brother and she married the other brother. And we both got kids, adult children by them now. But we call each other and we check on each other. Because we, like, when you know somebody that long, it's good to know you still got, a good friend. Now, she's a good friend. She's not one that I could say, I need to borrow a couple thousands from, because we ain't on that level. We're not on that level because we don't have thousands like that. But the ones that I do have they did have it, they didn't want to put up a payment plan. But it was okay. It was okay. I was okay because I made the mistake. And we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. You're not perfect. But when you find yourself not thinking correctly, like not thinking correctly, like you may feel a sense of jealousy or a sense of, I don't know, something may tick you off or something about a person, or you may feel like you have to injure a person or maybe at a gang or something. I never been in a gang. Never. When I found myself in in high school, I was making cats and making hats and making dolls and bringing them to school selling them. I never had gang really to approach me to be a member. I guess I just wasn't that type. And then when I got a certain age, my aunt told me in my 20s, she said, Marion, put put a gold tooth in your mouth. And I did. I had this here. It's right here. And the dentist that did it, he did an excellent job because nothing wasn't wrong with my teeth. I got still my own teeth, but I got some missing ones too. But I told him I wanted this one covered. And he covered it so well. Every time I go to the dentist, they question me about that teeth and how good a quality gold it is. But I thank God I did it. I wish I had did a little bit more, but I had that done in the early 80s, like in 1980. But she said, no, since you're an artist, artists do things to set them aside from other people. And then I pierced my nose 3 times, had all the gold diamonds in my nose. I pierced my chin myself. And I had 2 tongue piercings, which I later let them close because they would get spaghettis in there. And when I eat and different food, I didn't like that. And the chin piercing, after a while, if you don't clean it every day, it'll smell. Even your nose. If you don't clean that every day, they will smell. And your ears too. You have to stop and you have to clean that stuff. You may not smell it, but other people can smell it. So anyway, I was this young lady walking around with 3 piercing in my nose and a gold tooth in my. I go to. I always get it mixed up. It's on this side. It's on this side. And it feels good. It feels good. And the dentist that did it was a really nice dentist. And I was working for the school board, Berkeley School Board, and he was an old dentist too. And he told me, he said, I'm gonna put it in. You're never gonna be able to take it out. I wanted a diamond in there too. He said, I'm not gonna put the diamond in there. Not gonna put the diamond in there, but I'm gonna hook you up. It's gonna be good quality. And he did. He did. They don't even make it like this anymore unless you order it. But and that's because I liked it. I did it because I liked it. Do things because you like it. And I have enjoyed the guys that I've dated through the years. I don't speak to some of them. And that's because the feeling would be like, yeah, I'm sneak off. No, I'm not gonna sneak off. I'm in a relationship. This guy ain't. He never cheated. Never. I'm still his doll baby. He still gets on my nerve from holding me too tight. But anyway, and I'm not a player. Like I said, all I wanted to be was a mommy, and I got that name in the disco's mommy, and I loved it. Um, what else can I say? It's 46 minutes now, and nobody hollered hi. Well, I love you all. Take care of yourself. Take every day as a new day. And I used to listen to this pastor, fresh, clean, and unused. And use your day wisely. I got to work on these prom dresses, so I won't be creating anything today. I love Suno, where you can create songs. Oh, I love that. I feel like I missed the opportunity when I was younger, but I can still keep doing it now. And I love chat, ChatGPT, and Deep AI. And hey, I think I'm saying it right. Halu and Pixverse and Chap to edit my videos. Hey, I can get down with those things. And I do my books based on my original experiences. Awakening is one of my very first original books. And I later put it through some chapters through AI, and they generated just about like I got. But I usually think of a story and I type it in. I type in what I want. I type in the scenario. I type in where we're going with this, and I let go. And I watch. Do you want to add more? But I have one that I want to work on. When I was 5 years old, no, when I was 7, and my mother passed, my cousin married a lady from Germany. And I know I want to write about a lot of other mothers that came into my life, but this one was very special. She was from Frankfurt, Germany. And I got to be in a really close relationship with her for 5 years, like starting at age 7. I knew her before 7, but not like the mother figure that she stepped in. She didn't have any kids of her own at the time that was with her, but she embraced me like never before. She taught me how to sew, how to crochet, how to make dolls, how to do needlepoint, um, how to mend a hole, mend stitches. She taught me a lot of that. I'm starting to hear my husband snore over here. But anyway, she taught me a lot of stitches, needlepoint that I enjoyed. Like I said, I never was a gangbanger, but I think they always brought for me. And that made me feel pretty good. That made me just feel really good. I would make things and they would buy it. I crocheted for Berkeley Hat Company for years. Some of the top entertainers have purchased my kufi hats and crocheted jackets and sweaters and stuff that they brought from Berkeley Hat Company. So anyway, we're almost at 50. And still nobody in this world, I would think. I had a dream about a few months ago that I was the only person talking to God. I was in some type of like outer space situation, and it was this bright light and figure, and I was the only one there. And I was going, "Where's all the church people? What happened to them? And where's all the religious leaders?" And he was like, "Focus, just talking to me, like I'm talking to you now." He was talking to me. And I don't know if it's my calling to do anything outside of what I'm doing that I'm not doing, but I love God. And I know He's real. And I try to express it in my work. And then I like love songs. But God wants you to love. He wants you to love as you love yourself. He don't want you to injure. He wants you to love. And I love you. And I'm going to tell you, you can tell I love you. Go stand in the mirror and look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Take a good look. And say, this is me. This is my face, my nose, my lips, my teeth, my eyes, my hair. And this is a wig I got on. But anyway, I love this one of my very favorite ones. Very favorite ones. I can just stick it on. But this is me. This is my life. I can make the choices. I can do this. If it gets overwhelmed where you can't make the choice, seek help. They do have medications besides cannabis. They do have medication. And believe it or not, I ventured there too. I used to smoke so much cannabis. Back in my days, I craved it. With my last pregnancy, I had to tell my doctor. I said, I just want to eat weed. And I said, I have a friend that homegrowns. And I know he's not going to hurt me. I just want to just eat it in spaghettis. I eat it in brownies, just cook and eat it. And he said, well, I can't stop you. And my daughter can't stand it. She came about 9 pounds, 10.5 ounces. Biggest baby I ever had. I started screaming after, please tie my tubes. I'm not leaving this hospital until I can't have any more kids. And I didn't because I had a breakdown. She was that big. And they did exactly what I asked. But I used to be a heavy weed smoker. And then when I got, after my spinal surgery, I got the oil capsules. They worked great. Oh my God. The 100% capsules, I used to get, it was 3 in a pack for $20. And I could rest good with that. Because eventually I was on the morphine and all the heavy medications for spinal surgery in the hospital. And then they was weaning me off of it down to Dilates, down to Norcos. And finally, since I've been in my 60s, they have stopped me from taking Norcos. But they don't know I have really, really recovered a lot. I have. If I overdo it, then I feel the pressure. Last year, I fell 4 times. But I'm cautious this year. I slowed down. Because when you're a senior and you fall, it hurts really, really, really bad. It hurts horrible. If you know anything about it, you take care of your bones while you're young. Because when you fall, when you get old, it's horrible. It's like somebody hit you with a hammer. It hurts horribly bad. I never had a broken bone, but like I had surgery. And since I've got older, in 2017, I had horrible pains and had to go to the hospital in an ambulance. And they told me I had gallstones. I never had gallstone problems in my life. Just all of a sudden, I started having horrible pains in my stomach. And they removed my gallbladder with a robotic surgery. But anyway, I recovered from that too. Then I had to have my left arm arthroscopy surgery where they clean out the bursitis and the arthritis. And cortisone injections since then in both arms. But I'm here. And the last time I tried cannabis, I don't want to try it anymore. I had a horrible experience. I drank some cannabis tea and it hit me. I don't know what I had, allergic reaction or what, but it had an effect on me that I just don't want to try it no more. And that's it. And as far as weed, I feel like I'm happy. I'm in a happy place. I think I've exceeded Snoop Dogg. Unless I just have not had the good shit that he has. But I smoked and I just couldn't get no higher. Like I'm high already. I'm pretty high. I'm high on God. And then what can I say? I feel good. I woke up in the morning, I feel good. I have some bad days though, but I have some good days. And I enjoy talking. Maybe I'm gonna bring it like 5 more minutes, have it a 1 hour type of thing. I'm in love with you. I don't want to let you go. Because I know I'm gonna have some listening ears. I know one day I'm gonna look and I'm gonna say, wow, somebody listened to me. They looked in that mirror and said, that lady loved me. Yes, I love all my body parts. I said, girl, you look good. Yeah. And if I'm not looking good, hey, let me get my nails done. Let me get my eyelashes on. If my allergies wasn't so bad, I'd have them on now. I really would. But I enjoy talking to you, so I got this eye here that my eyes probably say, I just thank God for you. I know if we get an earthquake, I'll probably hear a lot on the internet be going on. Oh, yeah, not one of those fires again, which is horrible. All those natural disasters cause people to embrace each other. But can we please embrace each other without a natural disaster? And I'm not on here asking for help, although I need help bad. A retirement is not like I planned it to be. But I'm going to learn how to enjoy it before it's all over with. And I'm going to I'm asking God for at least 30 more years. If that's not asking for too much, I'm asking God, not mankind. I'm asking God, my Savior, who has me living here today. I have still some stories to tell. But like I said, I want to embrace the next one about a lady that uh, it taught me a lot of things. And she was German Jew from Frankfurt, Germany. Blonde hair, real blonde hair, blue eyes. And she used to hold me like I was hers, take me to school. And I said, oh, please don't let her kiss me when we get here. And she do. And the kids go, oh, that's your mom. I just said, shut up. I didn't want to tell them because, in those days, in the 50s, it's hard to tell another kid that's your mom or where's your mom at. And I didn't want to answer all those questions. I just wanted them to shut up. Don't let's not talk. You didn't say anything. And that was hard to do. And I've had a lot of fights because of that kiss in the morning that she'd give me when she took me to school. And I used to try to walk in front of her real fast. But I'm going to tell you about it in a story I'm going to generate. And she was one of my very favorites. My pen name is also Lila Carter. I don't want y'all to think, who's Lila Carter? That's also my pen name. I wrote so much in Marion Dorsey, I said I'll give another name a try. But I talk about her too, and I'll do a book about her, a made-up story. I had an aunt named Lila, and I loved her so much. My God. Maybe that's why I chose Lila Carter. But anyway, here we go. It's been 1 hour. Actually, 59 minutes and 4 seconds, 5 seconds. And I have enjoyed my exhale. That's what we call this. I exhale today. But I got these dresses to finish, and I really enjoyed it. And you can remember this thing. Look in the mirror and say, Marion said, look, and get out the bathtub. Do the full body mirror like I used to do. I still do it sometimes. And I go, you have to lose some weight. But I can't do the Ozempic because I'm 73. But I'm at 160 and I'm only 5'2". But all my vitals came through very good for this year. I don't have high cholesterol. I don't have sugar diabetes. But I do have a case of loneliness every now and then. I love you. Enjoy your life, okay? And take care of yourself. I'm going to end this right now.